My church offers no absolutes. She tells me worship in the bedroom. The only heaven I'll be sent to is when I'm alone with you.
Liz here from DiAlto.com, women's body and soul coach and creator of the 2x1 method. If you've been following me a while, you've probably seen me post on Facebook, Instagram, or gotten an email from me about the 2x1 method. If you haven't, there are links below this video to tell you all about it and what it is, and invite you to join me in a pilot program in February, March, and April as I continue to fully develop the method to make it an amazing integrative experience for women to connect your mind, body, and soul through movement. Now, today's video is going to focus on one section, one component of the 2x1 method, and that is sensual movement. Because I've had a couple questions from people when I say the 2x1 method combines yoga, meditation, interval training, and sensual movement. People say, Liz, what the hell is sensual movement? So, a couple months ago, back in the fall of 2013, I was reading a book by Martha Beck called Finding Your Way in a Wild New World. And one of the exercises in the book is called sense drenching. And I loved it so much because basically what you do is you engage all of your senses. You take in taste, smell, feel, touch, every possible way that you can experience what's going on around you, or you can even call on a memory to indulge in some kind of sensual experience. That's what sense drenching is. So I know the word sensual does have kind of a sexual connotation, and it can go in that direction, but it certainly doesn't have to. So as I've been developing the 2x1 method, I've been going to dance classes like S Factor and Koya and studying sensual movement and really figuring it out. What is it about this movement that kind of works in the female body? Why does this wake us up? Why do we feel so energized after it? And Sheila Kelly, the creator of S Factor, actually puts it great. She says that humans are the only species who don't have a mating dance. And in fact, our bodies are meant to move this way. So if you're a woman watching this video, even if you feel like you have no rhythm or you can't dance, you might just fall in love with what I consider to be sensual movement, because there's no wrong way to do it. All that matters is that it feels good in your body. So I'm actually going to break this into two separate videos. This video is going to be the upper body exploration of sensual movement. So come into a seated position, and I want you to roll out your neck. And as you're rolling out your neck, take some deep breaths and think about how I describe sense drenching. So how many different senses can you engage right now? Can you feel every inch of this neck roll switch directions? Can you breathe all the way down, filling up your chest and filling up your belly, to also get a sense of calm flowing through your body? So now we're going to take our right ear to left shoulder, and let's go back and forth, and I really want you to take your time. We spend a lot of time rushing through life, rushing through workouts, pushing and forcing ourselves to get things done. So sensual movement is really roll your shoulders back. This is an invitation to slow down. And if you find yourself really resisting this, you probably need it extra. So as slow as you might be moving right now, I invite you to move even slower. So roll your shoulders forward. Good, and feel like every bit of this shoulder circle. You might even want to close your eyes. Good, so lean over to the side. Feel that stretch all the way down your side body. And let's just go back and forth here for a couple of breaths. Good, and the fact that we're moving slowly, pointing your fingers. Imagine sending energy out of your fingers, engaging your core. Let it be easy, let it be smooth. Don't worry about what you look like. So as your right arm comes up over your head, I want you to circle around, let your fingertips touch the floor, and then you'll open back up over your head. So let's do a couple circles like that. And again, we're kind of waking up our bodies and moving in ways we don't always move here. So pay attention to what part of the stretch or the movement might feel really good for you. Good, and when we come over to this side, let's switch directions. So let's go to the left or the right if you're mirroring me. It doesn't really matter. Remember, like I said, as long as it feels really freaking good, it's absolutely perfect for you. And again, move nice and slow. Enjoy these stretches. If you feel like holding a part of the stretch, because it feels really amazing, like if you want to spend an extra breath here, go ahead and do it. But again, think about engaging as many of your senses as possible. Good. Okay, from here, place your hands on your knees, and I want you to bring your chest forward, like as far forward as you can. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back, and then you're going to draw a C with your spine. So curve it back. If you want to lift your knees, you can, but you totally don't have to. Again, sensual movement is about finding the fullest expression for your body that just feels so incredible. Maybe tuck your chin into your chest, open up your shoulder blades, send your chest forward, opening up that heart, stretching through the front of your shoulders, and then stretch through the back of your shoulders. Imagine if from the forward of our bodies, that's where we send out energy, right? Through the back of our bodies, that's where we receive energy. So as we move through this stretch, we are stretching our ability to give and to receive. Good. Now what I want you to do is I want you to send your ribs over to the right, to the front, to the left, to the back. This is an isolation. Now, if you're some kind of dancer and you've been doing stuff like this your whole life, this might be really easy for you. But if you haven't, and maybe you're not super flexible, this might take some concentration. You might even have to repeat to yourself, right, front, left, back. I know when I started doing this, I had to. Okay, so now we're gonna make this a fluid motion. So can you draw the circle with your body? And don't forget, sense drenching here. Close your eyes. Breathe nice and deep in through your nose and out through your nose. Fill up your chest, fill up your belly with air, and just indulge in the movement. Let it feel really, really good. And again, go super slow. In fact, I'm probably going a little too quickly. Oh yeah, slow down. Breathe. Get the full experience. Good. The next time you come back around to the front, switch it back over. And okay, let's isolate first, because I know sometimes, this is funny, I'm not a dancer by nature. I played sports growing up. I was a huge tomboy. So these flowy movements, I've had to work on them to be able to actually do them and not look like a complete spaz. And even if you're at home looking or feeling like a spaz, don't worry about it. Just go with it. It just takes time. Okay, so let's isolate in the opposite direction. Let's go left, front, right, back. Left, front, right, back. And remember, the purpose of this one is we're opening up our heart from both sides, from the front and from the back. So once you feel comfortable, close your eyes, breathe, and slowly move through the circle. Good, and you can even slow down even more if you want to. If you find yourself losing patience here, I really invite you to stay. Fairly often in life and in everything, the things we resist the most are actually the things that we need the most. So stay here with me. We're gonna switch it up to something else in just a second. Okay, chest forward. Okay, so let's come on up. Let's come on up to our feet and let's see the difference. How does it feel to do that with our feet rooted in the ground, standing? So you might want to give yourself a little bit wider of a stance. And let's start by rolling our neck. Switch directions, other side. And again, move as slow or as fast as you want. Find the pace that feels good and natural for you. Let's roll our shoulders back. Good, and you can make them bigger if you want to. If you want to get your arms involved here, roll them back, roll them forward. Good. And then let's go right, front, left, back. Right, front, left, back. And then when you're ready, circling. Notice how my hips aren't moving. Everything in my lower body is rooted, planted into the ground. That's my base. That's my foundation. Good. So let's go the other way. Left, front, side, back. Left, front, side, back. And when you're ready, circle. And I think I already said this, but feel free to not judge yourself if it's really easy on one side and much more difficult, or feels really awkward on another. Okay, good. So shake all that out. So those are some examples of what sensual movement on your upper body might feel like. And if this was part of a class, we might do a couple different of those exercises. In fact, I'm just going to show you one more just for funsies. Come on down into a tabletop, but let your hands come out a little bit further than your shoulders, so that if you come forward, your shoulders aren't passing your wrists, okay? So this is just that chest circle from a different angle. So ribs go over to the right, circle down, bring them to the left and up. Good, so keep that butt up. Again, we're not really engaging from the hips. I'm gonna show you sensual movement from the hips. In the next video, we're engaging totally from the upper body here. And this one actually requires a bit of strength. So let's try it going in the other direction. Good, and make sure, remember, sense, drench, breathe, move, engage with the environment around you, the sounds maybe, the music. Good. And then, just for good measure, you can meet me back here in a child's pose and just enjoy that for a couple breaths as we wrap up our upper body sensual movement. For lack of a better term, tutorial. Why not? Good. Okay. So that was just a little example of what sensual movement can be like. So practice those. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Make sure you check out the links below. There's actually a link to a free full-length 2x1 method video so that you can get a feel for sensual movement in context of a full-length class. And there's also a link to all the invitations for the pilot program. So check that stuff out, and I will see you in the next video.
Take me to church, shout, worship like a dog, and just right in your life.